Online. It is coming up 7 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Good to have you along today. Hey, most of us would turn down a job that didn't offer flexibility. That's according to new global research by International Workplace Group, and it's out today. So have things like 4-day weeks and working from home become the new normal in New Zealand? How do you think New Zealand companies stack up? How do you think your company stacks up? Would it give you flexible work time if you ask for it? Here to break down these findings is the head of IWG, Pierre Ferrandon. Pierre, lovely to meet you. Good to have you on the program again.
Thank you, Duncan.
Okay, flexibility. What's the staggering research? It is that over 84% of people will turn down a job that doesn't offer flexibility. It's an astonishing number, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's actually something people have wanted forever, but technology is now enabling people to work from wherever they want and whenever they want. And this study actually reflects that. It also shows that there's 50% of people who work 2.5 days per week outside the main office at any point in time. And also from a business standpoint, companies have shown that adopting that flexibility has increased productivity. 85% of companies have actually shown that.
Do they trust us? Do the bosses trust us to work from home? I've always thought there's a bit of a block there, you know?
Yeah, I guess they don't have the choice anymore because now the power shift is for the employee, because employees can actually choose now where they want to work. So in order to retain the best employees and keep that productivity alive, employers have to move to it. So some companies adopt tools to measure the output so that they don't need to trust the employee. They just are able to show and see what each employee is producing. That's the key, I think, to enable that change.
Are employers offering this, though? You know, genuinely at the shop floor, employers bringing it up in conversations, or is it always the worker that says, hey, I'd like certain flexibility? Is it a two-way thing, or is it really coming from the worker?
I think it's coming from the worker, but it's also now employers are seeing that it's a good thing for them because it helps productivity. 85% of companies who've implemented that have seen increased productivity, helps reduce cost in terms of overhead because 50% of offices are emptied at any point in time because employees work outside the main office. So by adopting flexible workspace, they reduce that overhead.
And Andrew Barnes has noticed this with Perpetual Guardian.
Absolutely.
This is the way to get the cars off the road at peak times.
Yeah, exactly. You save time for your family and you can give more time to the company. Perfect. Instead of wasting it on the road.
But what about, say, consistency, routine, team bonding, which people do really value and find important? Do you lose that by going to these flexible hours?
No, I don't think you lose that. It's just a matter of organizing yourself because you don't do team bonding 8 hours per day, 5 days per week. You just need to better organize yourself to remove all the waste and just choose the times to do more quality instead of quantity.
Are you practicing what you preach? Are you doing a flexible hours thing?
I do, actually. Sometimes work out of Piha when surf is good and I come back a bit closer.
We should try working from home in the next hour.
Let's do it.
You know, it doesn't work for all industries. It's fair, isn't it?
No, it doesn't. But to some extent, it could. So security, for example, when you need a body to be there, yes, you do need to. But why have flexibility, not flexibility in terms of contract, where you can, instead of having to work 40 hours per week, you can work 20 hours there, then the next week you work 60. And then you can adapt to your needs in terms of family. If your kid is sick, you don't need to take a sick leave. Just say, hey, employers, can I work a little bit less this week and work more next week? Yeah, sure, no problem. That helps everyone.
You were just teasing about when the surf is good out in Piha. That's my worry, that you'll be seen out there and then resentment will set in because people are going, he's not actually working. What do you do about that?
Yes, but as I was mentioning to Duncan, if you have the tools that enables the employer to measure the employee on the output rather than time spent at the office, then that doesn't apply.
You're testing a new surfboard design.
Well, I am.
For the company and the government who pays. Hey, good on you. Nice to see you. All the very
Thank you very much, Duncan.
Good luck. I mean, I will support your mission. Pierre Ferrandon, IWG New Zealand head. Good to see you.